Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Hey. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Okay, so we're going to get straight to the point. We're here to talk about Insecure, y'all. Season 4. Oh.
The finale is tomorrow.
The finale is tomorrow, June 14th. How fast did these 8 weeks go? It really 8 or 10 weeks. I don't know. But I think this is episode 10, season 4, episode 10. This season has been fire, smoke before fire.
Yes.
Lots of twists and turns, a lot of unexpected.
Yes, lots of unexpectedness.
And we have not agreed 100% on how things should go either.
I just want to know, where's Chad? Like, dude.
Oh my God. Where is Chad?
Yes, I know everybody's asking where Latoya is. I get it. I need to know where Chad is. Like, Chad, where
he
you
must
at?
be out looking for Latoya because I have no idea what happened to Chad.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely has been a really great season. I mean, I'm loving everything: the scenery, the clothes, the music.
Yeah.
Oh, and did y'all hear and see that they released? I think Issa posted it on Twitter the other day that they released the music, the soundtrack for season 4.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna drop the link so y'all can see that. I was all over it. I was like, yes, just keep listening. Oh,
I love the music, the fashion. This season, Molly gets the trophy for fashion.
Oh yeah, she is doing it.
Yes.
I didn't find out who they stylist is.
Yes, the way that her stylist has her hairstyle. My favorite hairstyle on her was when she went on vacation.
Oh, that was cute. Yeah, a lot of people commented on that on the social media. But yeah, I sound like my mom. It's on the Twitter. But yeah.
And I know they reached for that style because they're trying to get her character, which she's working really hard. Molly is working really hard to be open, to life and open to opportunities, especially with dating.
Yeah, Andrew.
And she wants to make sure that she's she wants to be present, and I can appreciate that. I came in this late, so I binge watched all 3 seasons probably in a week. Right?
you was a week. It took me a little bit longer. Once I got in, I was hooked. Yeah, I caught up. I was like, "Oh, y'all not leaving me, y'all. I got to catch up."
I made sure I was ready for season 4. I have no idea how I missed out on this, and I was just so grateful to be in great company. Thank you, Linda.
Oh, sure.
We have other online connections that are in love with this show, and I just love everything about it. The music, the fashion. I love how the content, is everybody has been through something like this, especially on the dating scene or trying to find yourself. It's just like real life topic.
The adjustments in friendships and how you go through those changes, especially with long-time friends. Like, it's like, hold up. They a new person. They in chat. Who is this person? And sometimes it's hard for your friends to catch on to the new you and understand or get to know that person. So
it is. It is. I mean, just everything, just awesome. I love it.
Can we just say that every guy that they've handpicked in this show, I've never seen a show where every guy is handsome. Issa's brother's handsome.
Yeah,
I love him. Oh my God.
Every gentleman in this show is just, I'm like, wow. Could I just be at the casting call, please? Let me just sit there. I'll be in the back row. I don't even have to make the selection. I just would love to sit there and just see the process of this selection.
Right. Hey, Nathan.
Look, the mini Marco Polo conversations for that. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, this season, I mean, just from episode 1, like all the way up to 9, I mean, I know I've rewatched each one at least twice.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. I think because sometimes I miss them, like, oh, what did they say? But I just really felt like they really brought all of the characters out. So we got more time with Issa's brother. I mean,
I love that. I loved how they explored that.
Just that, and just they did this really. They're showing more of the city, right? The colors, the culture. The culture episodes have really rang true. I mean, I felt like I was there. Like,
the The art when they did
the art walk with
God.
Lawrence and Issa.
That was so dope.
Yeah, the art walk. I mean, and look, even TSA Bay when he jumped out of the woods.
What did he say? Oh my God, Linda.
He was like, "What?" I was like, "What?" I was like, I've been practicing that. But yes,
I was when he popped up. My husband was like, "What?" I was like, "You don't even know what's going on."
Right, exactly. I mean, that was a trip, and just everything, the way they just brought it all together. I mean,
are we seriously at the season finale? Like, I feel like this season just started, and how long do I have to wait now?
Especially with quarantine,
exactly. Is it going to be another? Somebody said 2 years, but they did get renewed.
No, there's no way we can do years.
They got renewed for season 5. That broke.
It depends on quarantine. How they can't record, right? They can't.
I know.
Everything stopped.
Yeah. Everything stopped. So I don't know how soon they would be taping season 5. Is it like now and then it gets released next year? I mean, sort of because Insecure, the previous seasons usually premiered like in the August time frame, September-ish. This season premiered in April. So I mean, they're going to go back to that kind of frequency. I'm just kind of curious about that. I mean,
How do you feel about the wind downs like after every episode?
I love it.
That's so unique, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Mm-hmm.
To do a recap, to talk about the character that you're playing.
I know.
So unique. I love it.
I like that. Because usually, like on a lot of reality shows, this is not a reality show, but I've seen something to that effect with reality shows where they will bring back everybody that was on the show and they'll sit down and have a talk about what happened in the show. So kind of similar. But it would usually be like after so many seasons where with this, they do this now, I'm trying to think, did I see was wind downs in the first season after every?
I feel like that didn't. So they started this either in the second or the third season, and I remember it more so in the third season. I know it was in the third season. I'm not sure about the first and second, but we could fix that right now. I could just binge today.
Right. I'll find out. I need a reason to watch again.
And speaking of wind down, Nathan was on the wind down for episode 9, just so you know. Jeanette, holla at your girl. I watched it last night. Yeah, it was Nathan, and then
I missed that one. No, I haven't watched that one yet.
So
the
wind
down.
Prentice Penny and Issa.
I know why. I know why we sometimes miss the wind downs, because we're immediately running to Marco Polo, telling each other what we feel about the show, that we don't even watch the wind downs. And then a week later, I'm like, oh yeah, I got to go back. I didn't watch the wind down.
Right.
I was too busy predicting the show. Speaking of predictions, we're coming up on the last day. What are your predictions? So let's see. Let's think about all of our characters: Molly and Andrew, right?
Yes.
Issa and Lawrence. Issa and Molly.
Issa and Nate.
Issa and Nate.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Right. That's the main one.
Where's Condola? Condola.
So I got a prediction about
Condola,
but I'll wait.
Lawrence. Yeah. We're gonna put down, what's Lauren's best friend's name again?
Chad.
Oh, Chad.
Just to come up with some wild prediction there. And then Issa's brother.
Ahmad. Is it Ahmad? I think, Ahmad.
And what about the girls? Kelly and Tiffany.
They're gonna be in this one. They're gonna be in the last.
I think this episode is gonna be full of folks.
Everybody. Kelly's gonna be in it for sure. That's why I'm looking forward to seeing Kelly.
I want to see Kelly. Yeah.
All right, let's start with Molly and Andrew. How do you think what's gonna happen, or what are your thoughts about that?
I think if Molly don't get it together, she gonna lose Andrew. He's a very, very patient man. I think she's lucky that he is as patient and understanding. As much as I had some issues with her brother and how that all went down, we talked about that. I feel like, you're gonna be with somebody. You eventually gonna have to have that conversation. I'm not saying you have to be around him forever, but you're gonna have to come to some mutual type of agreement.
There's got to be some kind of compromising, because that is his brother at the end of the day, right? And I rewatched last week, and I didn't realize I missed a part. he actually was invited. They were invited to his
Yeah.
house, and she didn't go.
And I said, "Oh,
And
you go ahead, enjoy yourself."
I don't know how I missed that the first time. I'm like, how did
So
I
much.
miss
There
that?
was so much other stuff going on with her and Issa.
Yeah. And so that right there, and you could see how disappointed he was that she didn't make the effort on his behalf. See, a lot of times when you're in a relationship, yes, your feelings count, you know, of course, this is very, very important. But when you're coming together the way that she says that she wants to come together with Andrew, the way Andrew is professing that he wants to come together with her, then we have to start getting into a level of compromising. You know what I'm saying? So really, at the end of the day, he want to know, are you going to come for me? Are you going to be able to put your feelings aside, and would you come for me? I'm asking you to come for me. I'm not asking you to love my brother.
Trust that Andrew's going to cover her at the end of the day too. Like you have to trust that I got your back.
That I got your back. I'm not ever going to let anybody hurt you. He's already showed that in the swimming pool incident. He went off on his brother. He went upside and downside him. So you already know that he's got your back. He's got your back for the Issa, even though he feels like Issa has some, you know, some right reasons why she's behaving.
Like he knows that
is at the end of the day, he's still showing you, I'm supporting you, you know, I'm there for you. How are you going to be there for me? So I think when we're in relationships, sometimes we forget that. And as women, we're so emotional. We're such emotional beings as it is, that I think we sometimes get so caught up in our emotions that we can't see the bigger picture. And I'm afraid that I'm with you. She's going to lose Andrew.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's not going to be because of Issa girl, because that's what she said.
That's what she said.
You're going to lose him. It's not going to be because of me.
Yep. Because Andrew's going to ask what happened. Like they didn't show that part when Molly went back in the house. Like, why did Issa storm out like that? Is she really going to tell him that she said that was meant for him, but it wasn't Issa?
He's going to be so disappointed.
He's going to be so disappointed. I think he's going to be like, look, you know, we got to try here. Okay. And he's been trying to get her to see that, hey, you know, we got to calm down. We have to stop and think.
You brought up something, Linda. I didn't particularly like Issa leaving without saying goodbye to Andrew and
Nathan.
I feel like, especially Nathan, because Nathan just shares some deep rooted, you know, his mental issues that he had been going through, and he specifically said to her, you're one of the persons that I wanted to be around me while I'm experiencing this, because he trusted her.
But but that's like I get why she just walked out, because she was like overcome with emotion. It was like a very emotional thing, and it was best for her to just leave. And at that, you know, it's that tunnel vision, and she was at her, even though she didn't do everything perfectly, and we can transition into her and Molly, but I still feel like she still had hope that, you know,
she was
just tell me what you want me to do to fix it, and I'll do it. She had that type of feelings about her.
You could see it in her eyes. It was pretty sad.
It was real. That was real.
Sad.
It was real.
That was the breakup was right there. If we didn't see the breakup was right there.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
And Molly was like, let the chips.
Yeah, and shout out to Kerry Washington. I think she
directed that one. Yeah, I saw her name on
that. That was amazing. And they've had several folks. I mean, Kelly, Natasha Rothwell, actually directed an episode. Yeah, and also Jay Ellis, Lauren. Shout out to him.
He directed your favorite episode, the vacation.
The vacation. How timely was that? And I think Shauna, you said this in one of our chats that wow, we needed that during this whole quarantine.
We did, because I can't hop on a plane right now.
Great colors and the way that came, and I shout out Insecure too, because on Twitter they said, hey, we know this episode is not resident. Hey Mia. It's not, you know, what's happening right now as far as, you know, everybody's in quarantine. We think this will give you life. And they were like, because these was were wonderful 8 months ago before quarantine hit. So I just appreciated that they do the work, and they really put in the time, and they're thoughtful about
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work putting out a production like that.
That was amazing.
I agree.
Yeah, I love it.
So what are your thoughts on Issa and Lawrence?
And then you want to start? Go ahead, Linda.
You know, I like them together. They have both grown. I mean, I went back and looked at the first episode. Look, I'm doing my little research over here. Looking at the first episode and then where they are now, I'm just like, wow, they have
from the Rite Aid
from the Rite Aid to the separate apartments. Yeah, exactly. That's one of my favorite episodes too. Yeah, I mean, just the way I just love seeing them together in this episode. I was just pleased. Now, I know some folks, my boyfriend Stanley, you know, bless him, he was mad because Condola's gone or whatever. We got in arguments about that. But I stood my ground. I said, see, there they are. Love this last episode, just everything about it. I'm glad they talked though in the previous episode, which I think was episode 8, when TSA Bay rolled up on them.
Yeah,
I
got on my nerves dragging it out.
What's that? They got on your nerves dragging it out?
Yes. Like, just spit it out. No, I'm talking about when she was like meeting with him and she's like, so what did you want to talk about? And then he just
that bothered me too.
Yeah.
And that's what bothers me about them hooking up.
Go ahead.
I'm with Stanley. I like Lawrence with Condola. I do like Lawrence and Issa and their growth. I love how much they've grown, right?
Okay.
I ended up having a bit of a change of heart yesterday, I think. I watched the show again. I watched it again and I said, I think I want Issa and Lawrence back together.
Oh, yes. Yep.
But at first, for a long time, I still like Condola for Lawrence, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think Lawrence is ready for a person like Condola.
Condola don't want a man right now. She said, I'm just having fun. I just got out of a divorce.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Remember her friend was like, she just having fun. And he was like, oh, I thought we was something more.
Yeah.
So my theory, okay.
Go ahead.
First, Lawrence and Issa, right? And then I'm going to talk about Lawrence and Condola. Lawrence and Issa, yes, I would like them to get back together. I love how I feel like some people thought that she gave up her power when she gave up the cookie after that evening. But I feel like it was like closure. And when she walked out and she walked herself home, I think she got her power back because she didn't have the guilt anymore. She just was free. They had that whole conversation and everything was buried and like she could really move forward. And I think whether they were together or not, and we've seen them in this last episode, like spending a lot of time together, or episode before that, even if it wouldn't have went that way, I think she would have been good. So
yeah, I think so too. I think she's at a place where she's matured a lot. I mean, she is growing a lot. But when she was like, "Oh, I'm good," and she did that walk, I felt like she got her power back in a lot of ways. I really feel like she did.
So Lawrence and Condola. So that whole episode when him and Issa was talking and Condola was popping up in his phone, all I could think of was he about to tell her Condola is pregnant. That's what he was doing. Condola then got pregnant and they broke up. She found out she was pregnant and now she needs to talk to him and he blowing her off and she probably need to tell him that she's pregnant. That's what I think. I'm praying that's not the case because that would be devastating to Issa.
I never thought that.
Yes. I mean, that would be crazy. That was one of the theories on Twitter.
See, that's definitely what I was thinking that whole night. Like, oh.
Yeah. That was one of the theories that came out, and I'm just like, really though, y'all, we gonna do this? So,
but I need Condola to stay gone.
Yeah,
really?
Oh, I'm good on her.
I'm with you, Jeanette.
Patty, what's the name?
They put a fantastic event together.
Patty Perfect. She's pretty. She's gorgeous. Now talking about outfits and hair.
Yes.
Oh yeah, she
got it.
She was on it. Yeah,
but
that event that she helped Issa put on, you know,
until
they found out about.
Until she disappeared the day of the event.
Yeah, she disappeared. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that was okay. Yeah.
It was not cool.
So who we have left? We talked about Molly and Andrew. We talked about Issa and Lawrence. Issa, let's save Issa Molly for last. We talked about Nathan, right? Nathan and Issa.
Nope.
Jeanette was on it. She like,
She's like, all right, let's do them next. Nathan and Issa.
Issa. Go ahead, Jeanette. You take.
Oh, you want me to take it? Okay,
yeah,
I picked it up. So it was foul the way he disappeared. But so I wasn't thinking mental issues when he left. I was thinking, oh, this boy done got locked up. Because if you recall, that was last season. That was when they were calling about the incident in the lift when he got into the fight.
Right.
Defending her honor.
Yes.
But when he showed back up, I was like, dang, Issa, how long are you going to drag it out? You're not going to let this man have another chance? Because that's all you wanted from Lawrence was just another chance to prove yourself. So like, why you don't want to give this dude another chance? And I get you. He was gone for a minute, but I did like that they, have been communicating and they just been friends. That whole her helping him move was what talking to Lawrence. Now I'm like, now we getting messy again. Like, what we doing? So I just want whichever way she goes, just to be without mess and without drama.
Yes.
But I wouldn't be mad if much as I would like Issa and Lawrence get back together. I wouldn't be mad if she got with Nathan. But he is dealing.
Nathan is a good friend.
He is.
He is.
And he's dealing with a lot right now, and he's trying to keep it under control. But that is a lot on a person, and especially it's new to him. So you just really, it's kind of unexpected, and you don't really know what might happen.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, they, with him, and you could tell just in that episode, season 3, when he came back and he was just like, it's almost like he wanted to say something, but just couldn't say it. He just was like, and you just didn't know what it was that he could have said. And I just thought it was interesting how, Molly kind of stepped in at that point and was like, oh, no, you
told him to go away.
Go away. And Issa was not happy about that. But he helped her. He helped Issa with stuff, with
he did with a lot of stuff
and the block party stuff. I mean, he
gave her the support, like the empowerment. Wasn't he the only gentleman around that was doing that for her?
Yeah.
You can do it. I believe it.
This is a great idea. I love this idea. Like, he was there when she was fleshing out that whole idea.
Yes.
And he was kind of like her motivation to like clean her house up and unpack and settle in. And she was just like, you know what?
I'm going to do this.
I can do this. Yeah.
I'm proud of her, though. I am. No matter which way it goes, I'm proud. Now, okay, we had to predict. All right. So are we at the prediction segment? Everybody else left.
Just Issa and Molly.
Yeah, just Issa and Molly.
We have Issa, Molly. I want to tap on Lawrence and Chad, even though we haven't seen Chad. What you think about that? Ahmad, Kelly, and Tiff.
Oh, okay. We got a little ways. Okay, so. Yeah. Tiffany, I think they touched on some things there too with
postpartum.
Postpartum. And having that, one end of the spectrum is Nathan, but then having Tiffany, I think they're sort of bringing that together too, and just how she is with the baby, how Derek had to go home and kind of step in there. So I wonder if if they plan on kind of like closing that loop a little bit, or that be some more next season because the baby will be older. I mean, we saw a couple of scenes with Kelly holding the baby.
Yes.
What is Tiffany's husband's name again?
I think it's Derek. Is it Derek?
Yeah.
I want to. There's something going on with Derek that Tiffany hasn't brought out yet.
Yeah, she's splashed.
You said something about that month away.
Yeah. I want to know what happened.
But remember, he had a conversation with Lawrence when the baby was first born, and just like how they completely changed their plans for their life. But
that's right.
He shifted, and it seems like he adjusted. I think, Shauna, you mentioned that in one of our Marco Polos, that he's adjusted more and a lot better than Tiffany has. But we, as all of us being moms, we know what that's like.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's really hard. Sometimes you don't even know you're in the middle of it until you get out of it, and you're like, "Oh, I experienced postpartum." Sometimes you don't even know.
My friend had to she came over one day. She was like, "Okay, so I'm gonna watch the baby. I need you to go like shower, do something with your eyebrows, comb your hair." I'm like, "What? I'm fine." She was like, "I just go have some time to yourself."
Yeah, exactly. We need that, people to show up for us.
I think, and that's what Kelly is doing for Tiffany.
Yeah.
Kelly's doing really good with. I would say she's the baby's aunt. In that position. So what's Kelly's deal with her identity?
Like,
what you mean?
She has voice messages in different languages. She's dated a gentleman that had the British accent.
And pretending to be British.
I don't know what's going on with her. She is just all over the place. She is funny as heck.
She's hilarious.
She's hilarious. She's all over the place. So,
Lena, what's your scene from when they went to, was it not Miami? Where did they go? Malibu.
Oh, Malibu. Yeah.
And then with the Malibu, and she was like, "Who said that?"
Oh, that's me, girl. No, that was season 3. That was Coachella.
Coachella.
No, that was
whatever they did.
That was a good
so she was like looking out there. She was like, "Who's laughing? Who's laughing?" And she said, "Oh no, that's
funny,
me, girl.
So funny." How about we go to? We talked about Ahmad, right?
Briefly earlier, but we do love Ahmad. I love his banter with Kelly, and I love his and Issa's relationship.
Yes,
yeah.
I do too. And
they feel like twins to me. Why do they feel like twins? Are they twins?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But my favorite episode was the Thanksgiving episode when they went out to dinner.
Yes,
that was
great.
That was great. I was like,
wait, is that the one where they ditched their moms?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember Stanley? Stanley got hurt.
Why his name had to be Stanley though? Man, I was laughing so hard because my Stanley was sitting on the other end of the couch and I'm screaming laughing. He was like, "Oh, it's not that funny." I said, "Oh, yes, it is." I said, "You be done tried some Japanese recipe and wanting us to have something else." Like, no. I was cracking up. That was so funny.
Oh my goodness!
But no, I like him a lot, and he has his together. I feel like he does. Like,
yeah, he is together. And then when she said, no, when Issa called him, said, "Well, Chris and I are sort of back together," and he said, "Does he know?"
Does he know? Oh my goodness!
That whole conversation.
It was. He was no help at all. Everything she said, he's like, he just went along with her. Okay, you want to go this way? Which way you want to go? I'll go this way. You know.
And he said something about Nathan. He said, "Oh, you mean the red bone?" No. I was like, no.
What I love about Ahmad, for one thing, is he knows who he is inside and out. He makes no excuses of who he is, and he doesn't compromise himself. No. He doesn't let anybody push him around. and you know, when you speak about all of these characters, every last one of them, they bring something so great to the table. There's so many great attributes in each one of these characters. And then if you just think about real life and our relationships in real life, it's the same thing. You know, you have a friend like Issa, you might have a person that you know that's like Molly, you might have a person that's like Nathan, you know, and these are really great attributes, you know, that people,
and what I think
have.
It shows is that there's more to Black people than the few little roles that they show us, the few little characters that they give us. Is like we are very what is it, like, not deep, but you know what I'm saying, like we're diverse. We're diverse. Mm-hmm. We experience life in so many different ways. Mm-hmm. We are not all the same. I like that.
I think that's what attracted me to this show, was that it did show Black and browns in a beautiful light with all of its flaws, but in a beautiful space.
Just being human.
Human spirit. You said it. Took it right out. Yep. You said, you know where I was going. Yep. All about the human spirit. So we have excuse me.
Go ahead.
Lawrence and Chad. What's going on? Did we talk about that?
No, not yet. Like, I don't know we saw Chad in the first 3, maybe 4 episodes.
I know.
Was he in this season at all?
He was because he was driving his truck and he was trying to get Lawrence to buy, because he's a realtor or something.
He's like, man, you need to get rid of that Jag.
He said, you want to buy a house? Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know but I like what somebody said earlier. Who said earlier that he's looking for LaToya?
You said that.
I did. Oops, okay. I say so much craziness. I'm like the Kelly of
that is hilarious. That is hilarious.
Who's laughing?
Oh my goodness. I'm sitting here like, I didn't say that.
Shauna's like, it wasn't me, crazy self.
You said he must be looking for LaToya.
Yeah, that is hilarious. And last but not least, Issa and Molly.
Oh,
how is this gonna end off this season?
I don't know.
So, I wanted their relationship to be repaired. I felt like they were going through growing pains. They both were like, Molly was going to therapy, trying to figure out, who she was and unpack all these things she was going through. Issa was finally coming to her own and being independent. I really wanted them to repair their relationship. But Lord, as the season goes on, I just want her, never mind, I'm not going to condone violence. I just want, no. I just want Issa to be happy. And I feel like, she has her missteps and she's messed up, and Molly has some valid points and Issa has some valid points, but it's just another reminder that you have got to communicate with your friends. You have to be honest. And if you're really good friends, you can't be scared to say the hard things, because if you are, then you're going to end up losing that person, because you're just never going to be honest with them. Right. Like, I love you enough to be honest with you. And if you don't like it, at least I know at the end of the day, I was 100% honest with how I felt. So
very true. Yep. Way to wrap that up, Jeanette. You got it. You hit the nail on the head with that. For sure.
I think Molly is going to lose a friend in Issa, friendship, and she's also going to lose Andrew. This season. I think Molly needs to get to know Molly and what she really wants, and she needs to unpack some things.
Yeah. You know what? When you said that, I feel like I just had a realization. Molly jumped out of that friendship with Issa and latched on to Andrew. This is why she's been with him so long.
Exactly.
So it's like she's like, she needs somebody to,
she needs to be by herself.
And she needs that time to be by herself. So she's just gonna keep bouncing from person to person.
I believe they'll eventually come back together, but I also believe that sometimes you have to grow apart to grow back together. I mean, we watched Lawrence and Issa. They're trying to do that now. Yeah. Just my only concern with Lawrence is he going to be able to forgive her and really move forward with a new chapter in their lives, or is he always going to hold something over
might
her?
Be leaving. Remember,
is he going to San Francisco?
He got that. Didn't he get the call on the episode that he got offered the position? Right.
That's right.
Was that in the preview?
He maybe that was in the preview. He was standing up in San Francisco talking to Issa when she was getting in the car. So I think she might have asked him something like, "How did it go?" or something like that.
Yeah, he said it went really good,
really well. Yeah. So I'm like, but I don't know if they revealed that he actually got it and what decisions would he make and all of that. So
what if Condola moved to San Fran and we didn't know it?
See.
Bye. You and Stanley. I'm done.
I know, right? That's time to wrap this up now. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for coming out. Good night.
I had to throw that in there.
Linda, did you want to say something about Molly and Issa?
Oh, Molly and Issa, yeah. I do think they are at a point where it could be repaired, but I do think they've outgrown each other in some aspects. I think Molly is so used to Issa being in a certain way. Sort of Molly has this high-powered job. She's worked really hard. Issa kind of, she was, the first season, she was leaving the dunes. The second season, she was on Daniel's couch, right? And, now the third season, she's trying to find her way at the beginning. And at the season finale of the third season, I mean, you saw her sitting on the couch, the music was playing, she kind of smiled and was like, yeah, I got this. So she has been on the come up.
She's owning her voice.
Yeah, she is. And I think maybe Molly is like, oh, because even at the block party, Molly was like looking around like, this is nice. Like she was
surprised.
Oh,
yeah, definitely.
And so I just think that I don't want to minimize it, but the thing that happened was she felt like Issa went behind her back, she just had to have that blow.
So I have a different opinion about that.
Yeah, it was just so that was what it was.
We can go on and on. We're gonna have to
we might have another conversation about that.
Yeah. To be continued. To be
continued.
Wrap this up. So real quick, ladies, predictions. What do you think is gonna happen tomorrow?
Shauna?
I'm just going to choose one thing. So I'm going to go with Molly's character, and I'm going to stick with what I said earlier. She's going to lose Andrew and Issa. Okay. They're gone out of her life.
All right, Jeanette.
I think Issa is going to let Lawrence go because he's going to get this job in San Diego. Which one?
San Fran, I think.
San Francisco. Yeah. I think he's gonna get this job in San Francisco, and I think Issa is gonna let him go. And because she's found herself where she is right now, and uprooting to run behind him is, I don't think, the move for her. Yeah. So that's what I think. She's gonna let Lawrence go.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeanette. I think Issa has found her voice. She's got her assistant now. The lady is helping her out with the block parties and all the business ventures.
So supportive.
We got to talk about her next time because we're
gonna put a pin in that. We're gonna bookmark that. But yeah, I do think that Issa has found her way, and she is going to continue on the path. So I'm totally loving that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, ladies. So tomorrow, Sunday night, the finale. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about this. We might have to get together Monday night or say something about that.
That sounds good. We'll do our recap on Monday. So
awesome.
Thank you everybody for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you. All right, ladies.
Okay, ladies.
Go ahead, Shauna.
Yeah, if you're listening out there, if you do follow this show, let us know what your predictions are.
Yes.
We'd love to know.
Yes.
Let us know your predictions. We don't all have to agree. It's okay.
Never have to agree.
The three of us don't always agree.
It makes it better that way.
We're always different on so many different points.
Yes.
All right, ladies.
Okay, ladies.
Talk to you later.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.